Moms on Maternity YouTube show and podcast. I'm Aimee Cruz, and today we have on Amanda Hofman. She is the founder of Go-to-Market Studio. How are you?
I'm great. So excited to be here with you, Aimee.
Thank you. So tell me about yourself. You're a mom, right?
Yes, I have two kids. They're 7 and 9. And yeah, I can tell you about my career journey or my mom journey. What's more interesting to you?
So your kids are 7 and 9. How long have you had Go-to-Market Studio?
Almost 2 years.
And what were you doing before that?
So I had an events company. It was a networking group for women in their 20s and 30s in New York City. I started that before I had kids, and I sold it like 5 seconds before my second child was born.
Have you always been an entrepreneur?
I mean, I had a lot of jobs that I hated for a really, really long time. And then I became an entrepreneur, and from there I haven't stopped.
What do you love about Go-to-Market Studio?
I mean, so many things. I'm passionate about print on demand, but I'm also passionate about getting to connect with other business owners about the struggles in their business and thinking about how to help them with marketing and help them grow, and just really like getting to know what makes other businesses work is exciting to me.
Explain, what is print on demand for those who don't know?
So print on demand is a new way of printing merchandise where normally if you wanted something branded, you have to order, in minimums of like 100 or 1,000 or sometimes 5,000. It's inflexible. You have to pay for different colors. There's a lot of rules around it. Print on demand is you can upload a design anywhere. It just exists online. It doesn't print anywhere until somebody orders it. So there's no excess inventory. It's really flexible. It's fun. It's great for businesses and even just for people who want to like have a bachelorette party and they want to order 8 shirts of something. And
how do they know the shirt's gonna be the right quality, that they're gonna like the material or the brand? Do you recommend a certain type of brand for that?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's where we come in the business. We'll partner with a business to be like, these are the shirts that we like. These are the tank tops we like. These are the hats that we like. This is what we recommend. But if you're going to do it on your own, like anything by Bella Canvas is really good. Next Level is good. Anvil is good. I'd avoid Gildan. Although actually they have some nice hoodies now. It depends. I mean, if you like read the reviews and you look through things, I would read the sizing pretty carefully because the sizing runs very differently on different shirts.
So you guys help your clients with creating a print-on-demand strategy, and you help execute it for them, correct?
Yes.
What else do you do? You mentioned like you hear their challenges and you help with other marketing things, or is that really the bulk of it?
So what we do is we think about how merchandise can help move the brand forward and help a business accomplish its goals. So whether they want to build community or just create a deeper connection with the customers that they have, or they want to do something creative and fun, they want to jazz up their social feed, like merch can be all of these things at once. Or maybe they just want like a gifting platform. Like we can do that with merchandise. There's a lot of ways to connect with people through having this like tangible thing. And so there's a lot of, it's a very flexible way to connect with customers and other businesses.
What is the hardest part about working with your clients?
Sometimes businesses just like, they're kind of all over the place and they're like, I want to be this, but I'm also that. And it's kind of like with anything in life, like if you're dating, let's say, and it's like you want one thing, but what you actually want is another thing, then it's like, sometimes you got to like figure out your own stuff before you can move forward. And sometimes people come to us and like, they don't have a clear idea of what their brand is, or they don't have they want to go one direction, but like all practicality is pulling them into another. So like those kinds of things can be challenging sometimes.
I love what you're doing. How big is your team?
It's just me and Jessie. Jessie
Jesse's your
is,
co-founder?
yes, and she's my business partner. She's an artist and a designer. She was my designer on my last business, and I loved working with her so much. And I knew I didn't want to do this business without her. So we partner up really nicely. It's been going really well.
Do you work every day?
Yes. like all business owners, it's like every day, and then you wake up and you're thinking about it, you go to bed and you're thinking about it. But for me, it's really important to be present with my kids, be present with my family. And, that's why I'm an entrepreneur and I don't work traditional hours. It's like, it's very important to me to have a flexible schedule. And so one thing I really try is that when I'm not working, to really not work and to put it out of my mind and to just like sit and not have my phone and just like play the game or just do the art or whatever it is, to try to like keep that separation, which is hard.
What is your strategy or focus in terms of, is it a lot of repeat business, or are you always trying to have to go out and get new clients?
It's a lot trying to get new clients. One thing that we try to do with our business is make people self-sufficient. So like we'll create a store for them and we'll teach them everything about it and how to operate it. So like they'll continue to work with us when like they want new products, or like they want a new line, and then we'll design that for them. But yeah, we're mostly looking for new people all the time.
Who's your perfect client?
I would say there are two types. One is like an influencer type, or like a community business, something that's like really not tangible, like they're not selling a retail item. And so the merch sort of like brings them together, and like, let's say everyone's on like a coaching call, or like a nutritionist is having a workshop, and it's like everyone on the call like has the same mug or has the same water bottle, and it's like that's a source of connection. Or people, or a coach can use it as an upselling tool. So it's like, join our annual membership, or like join this workshop by this date and get like a free $20 to our store, or upgrade from like the monthly to the annual, and you'll get like a beautiful package of like branded items. And then the other thing is for somebody in retail who's maybe not in apparel, like a candle company or a jewelry company, or like something baby related, like baby shoes or something. And then it's like you can upsell with like the onesie, or like the cosmetics piece for like a makeup person or whatever. And this stuff, like it prints on demand, or like a makeup company, and like you sell like a trucker hat with it, with like a funny expression that's like branded with your brand. And it's like just cute. Like for people who love your brand, it's a nice way for them to continue to connect.
Wow, that was a lot. So it sounds like the strategy is really a branding strategy, not so much a retail strategy.
It is a lot about branding and marketing. It's about connection and like making your social feed look more robust, like when you're wearing a branded item, and gifting. There's a lot of different uses, and of course it is a revenue generator.
What is the average cost per item?
So so the cost to the business owner, you mean, right? Not like the retail price. So like the business owner will pay, like 14 or 15 for a t-shirt, 20 or 25 for a hoodie, like 17-ish for a hat, 6-ish for a mug. It depends on like the
What do you recommend they retail them at?
A t-shirt, I would say like 30 or 35. A hoodie, maybe like 50. A mug, around 20. I have these sites that I look at that I think do merch beautifully, and I look to them as sort of like my guideposts. Like there are certain like podcasts that have just like great merch. They do such a good job, and so like I'm always looking there to be like, okay, what are they charging for mugs? What are they charging for t-shirts? Like I kind of have like my finger on the pulse of these different places.
You work with clients who don't actually want to set up a storefront, but do want to be able to have these types of swag items to give clients?
Yeah, for sure. We're building out merchandise now for this woman who she goes into people's homes and cooks meals for them for the week, and she's got like a team. So she's got like a team of chefs. So she wants merchandise for her chefs to wear in people's homes. Like she doesn't want to sell it to her clients, so we'll design it for her, and then she also orders it print on demand. It's just not customer facing.
Okay, so then that's a more of a reoccurring client for you because once she every time she needs something like that, she has to contact you. Is that right?
No, if she wants to order, she can order it forever. Like she owns the design. But if she wants new designs, then we would work on that for her.
And how do you guys come up with the designs?
So that's teamwork between me and Jesse. Like I think my specialty is really thinking about a company's challenges and their strengths, and thinking about like who they're trying to reach and how they want to reach that person, and coming up with the exact right phrase for that person or for that business. So it's like, is it going to be funny? Is it going to be inspirational? Is it going to be simple? Is it going to be longer? Is it like an intricate design, or is it something simple? And then I have the ideas for it. And then, we'll talk to Jessie, and then she's the artist, and she will just like breathe life into it and make it gorgeous and beautiful and perfect. And then that's where it all comes together.
And you said it's easy to create like gift cards and stuff for the
Oh
stores.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
fun. Like do this and get a $25 gift card to our store type thing.
Exactly. It's like it's such a cool marketing tool, and you can use it in so many different ways. Like you can give discount codes, you can give gift cards, you can give and what I love about it is that there's just no waste that way. Like how many times have you been given something that like you're immediately like, nope, I don't want this, like an ugly conference t-shirt, or like another pen, or like another notepad, another journal. And it's like, we just don't want these things, right? But if you can go and choose it, if somebody's like, hey, Amanda, you signed up for my class, here's, $30 to buy something that like is a part of the class, then it's like, cool. Like I want that water bottle, or I want that hat, or I would never wear a t-shirt, but I love tank tops, or I have 1,000 tote bags. I don't want a tote bag, but I really want a new mug, whatever.
Is print on demand? There's no extra fee for colors. I mean, is it cheaper
Right.
to do one color than is it like that?
No, the only thing that you pay extra for is like on a t-shirt if you're printing in more than one location, but it's minimal, right? So like if you're just printing on the front, like this shirt, it's just the fee, right? But if I also wanted my logo here or on the back, you pay like an extra location fee. Same on hats. That's really it for extra fees. And in embroidery, there's a small like one time to like turn your art into like the right format for the machine.
You and I spoke before. You had told me one of your base packages, or the one you recommend, is a 6-item shop. Why is that your recommendation?
Why 6? Because on a screen, that way the store fills your screen, right? Because you have a row of 3 and then another row of 3, and it looks full without it being overwhelming. I think 6 is the right number, because it also gives people enough options, because people are very particular, right? We all have things that we love to wear and things that we would never wear, right? So like if somebody really wants to do like all funny things, I'll be like, just make one item that's not funny, right? Because there's somebody who doesn't want to wear the funny thing. Opposite, right? Like if you're doing like all inspirational messages, make one that's sort of funny. Or like if you have all these loud designs, make one that's less. And also within your brand, so that you can really you want everyone who comes to your store to be able to find something that would be meaningful to them. So 6 gives the right amount of options without it being like scroll. Like there are too many choices here.
And do you recommend that items are, every item in the store, if it's clothing, is male, female, child, or should it just be tailored toward one demo to start?
It really depends on the audience, right? So we can certainly offer a variety. And like if it's the same design, we'll just count it as one product and say like, here's the unisex, which is like a men's shirt, and here's the fitted tee. And I mean, it depends, right? Like we've worked with a bunch of postpartum coaches, and like they like to have a onesie. It's like, add a onesie, why not? Like there's not, it's the same person who's shopping, but you know, they might want to buy, or you could do like a matching like mom and child or like dad and child sort of thing. Depends on the business.
That's why don't quite understand the six, because wouldn't you just filter then by child, women, men, so it would still always be clean?
Yeah, I mean, look, we have a package, the bigger package, which is 9 products, where you could really like build out a big retail store. But keep in mind that most people are doing this as like a marketing support branding effort. And so they don't need, it's not like H&M, right? Where it's like, you want to find like I need like a dress to wear in this weather. And I want it to be pink. And it's like, I need 5 options for that. It's
Right.
like, no, like I want something that's going to remind me of what my nutritionist says.
I thought it was interesting though, because you just said a few minutes prior that say you give out the $25 gift cards to your shop, you want them to find what they want. And if you're only giving them 6 choices, it might be nothing.
It might be nothing. It's true. Hopefully not though. I mean, that we really try to like have it encapsulate the brand, and also keep in mind most brands that we work with are targeting like most of their audience is men, or most of their audience is moms, or most, it's like they're niched, right? So it's hard to, we worked with one PR company that had like she had the widest variety of clients. So like we had, you know, like men's polo shirts, like for like the golf type. And then we also had like women's, like a hat that like a younger woman would want to wear. But that was probably the widest variety.
I like your pink nails.
Thank you. Just did them last night.
So what is the biggest opportunity in this space? Like what made you say 2 years ago, this is the business that we're going all in on?
Well, I think that not a lot of people know about print on demand. They still think that in order to do merchandise, they have to do this like enormous effort. And I know this because I see people who are still, I see young entrepreneurs who are still ordering, like filling their apartments and homes with like boxes of t-shirts that people don't want, or that like are excess inventory. Like I just had a call yesterday with this makeup company who had like 1 year they had a shirt that like sold out, and so then they ordered like a whole second batch, didn't sell the second batch, they still have that warehouse, and the next year they tried again, and then the new shirts didn't sell at all. So it's like you're just stuck with that inventory. Like people don't think like, oh, I could do print on demand, and it just makes more sense for the business, right? Like you're not.
Is there ever a time to pivot from print on demand to mass production?
Of course, yeah. If you, in 2 cases, if you have a design that is like crushing and just like everyone wants it, then yeah, like your profit margin is going to be much higher if you order in bulk. It's just if you order in bulk, then you have to do inventory fulfillment, shipping, and you have the risk of all of the. It's not just, it's annoying and it's expensive and it's risky, right? Because you have to, especially if you're ordering something size, right? It's like I do all of the merchandise for my kids' school. And so like I feel this pain very acutely because I just make a guess. I'm like, okay, I think mostly the 3rd graders are going to want this, and the 5th graders might not, and like maybe a few kindergartners will want it. And then I just make guesses on sizes, but it's really hard. And like always at the end of the day, there are kids who want shirts that I don't have in their size. And I'm like, will anyone buy a 5P? Like, will anyone take this 5P?
And I know, and in that case, it's always good to err on the side of big than small, I guess, right?
Well, people don't want that either.
But if you had to go one way.
but they want the thing in their size. They don't want something that's too big. They don't want something that's too small. Like nobody wants something that's not right for them. There are too many options out there.
Yeah.
So
well, at least a big shirt you can wear to bed. I mean, it's better than something too tight.
Yeah, but what happens when you have 20 of them?
Well, that's the Goodwill bag.
Well, what the other thing I was going to say about bulk, you asked about a time to do bulk, is so if you have one design that's killing it and you're just like, I know that this is really popular, that's one. Two, if you're having a huge event and you want to give something out to it's like, I want everyone at this event to have a hat or a tote bag, like absolutely buy it in bulk. But even then I wouldn't do it for something sized, because then it's just nobody wants to wear something that doesn't fit.
So you recommend the tote in that case than the t-shirts? Or
a water bottle or a hat or something. But even then, like it's just I hate it because it's wasteful.
I can tell you hate it. No, your passion's cool. I remember my question. So is one of the drawbacks with print on demand, and I haven't studied this space in a while, is, for example, if you want to have branded leggings, like the quality of leggings on the print on demand companies, how is that today?
So there's one kind, first of all, it's really cool that you can like put a full pattern onto something. So like I have a matching sports bra legging set that we did for a chocolate company that I love. It's just a gorgeous design. Would I do yoga in these pants? No. But I love them for, you have like different yoga. My husband likes to say that I have my formal yoga pants and I have my workout yoga pants. These would be my like school drop off grocery shopping yoga pants. Like they're not high tech. They're not what you would expect to get from like Aloe, Lululemon, Carbon 38, all of these places, but they're really pretty. And they're like different yoga pants that meet different needs. And so I would say these are like going to be your more casual ones. The sports bra, I have to say, I love. Again, you're not going to get like the really jazzy, like strappy, cool shapes. The shape is going to be consistent, but I'm really happy with the quality of it. Like I run in mine.
Okay, this is so fascinating. So I'm assuming one of the benefits of working with you is like this exact topic. So if someone I want a sports bra in my store, a onesie, a water bottle, a notepad, a men's polo, I would imagine those are not all fulfilled from, say, Printful, or are
they? Most will be, but we can pull it from lots of different sites. So like we can say like we want the water bottle from Spreadshirt, and we want the mugs from Printed Mint, and we want the kids stuff from Printify, and when we want the polos from Printful, and we can just like pull that all together on the back end.
Wow, and that's easy for you. That's what you do. Like that's simple back end, Shopify Lite back end stuff.
Easy.
Really, that's fascinating. You're amazing. Like really.
Thank you. That's
the hardest part in this whole process. I mean, I've been in this game. Like that's amazing knowledge to know. This is where you want to pull that product.
The technology has improved dramatically. So it's like this whole business was not possible, let's say like 5 years ago. Like it wouldn't work. Which is what's so exciting about it. Like I love to let entrepreneurs know, like, hey, you don't need to waste your money on this, and you can give your customers something that they actually prefer better than this like one size fits all thing that you're sending to everyone. It's like everyone can be happier. I will also say, just from the few interactions I've had with you, you are incredibly responsible and motivated and on it. You'd be great to work with for anyone. Thank you so much. That's so kind. I appreciate it.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much. How do people find you?
Our Instagram is go-to-market studio, and our website is go-to-market.studio. You reach out to us, we'll get back to you right away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda.
Thank you, Aimee.
Bye.
For more, please visit www.momsofmaternity.com.